Hello again, book lovers, and it's been a while, not because I've stopped reading, but because I've been moving house. I have a couple of long reviews in waiting, i.e. I haven't finished the books yet, but while I've been flitting from one flat to another on buses and trains, I thought it would be a good time to read Politic's Strangest Characters. Curious and colourful characters from over 250 years, which I picked up in an Oxfam shop in Oxford many years ago. As you can imagine, this is a collection of short biographies of some oddballs and works very well as a nice 250 pages you can dip in and out of. It was only later that I saw that it was Neil Hamilton who'd written the book. Neil Hamilton later becoming the byword for sleaze at that time when sleaze was the popular word for political corruption. So maybe Mr. Hamilton himself was one of Politic's more colourful characters. Certainly colourful in the sense the subtitle infers. It does tend to mean pretty nasty in a lot of cases. There is a right parade of self-entitled buffoons from the days when you didn't really have to do anything to be a politician. Some extremely unpleasant attitudes that certainly wouldn't be tolerated today. One of the aristocratic chaps, and there's a lot of aristocrats early on, was known as Clapper because that's how he attracted his servants' attention. It was that kind of ambience, interspersed with a nice interludes of the John Wilkes saga, some preposterous, self-important, and yet at the same time heroically brave army people trooping through the House of Lords. Oh yes, we had a communist. I didn't know that. Not an elected communist in Great Britain, but an aristocrat who decided that he was going to be a communist. There's the incorrigibly large Dame Irene Ward, who serves as a springboard for one of the sort of smutty innuendos that pepper the book. There's David Icke, still alive and kicking and leading the conspiracy theories. I'd forgotten that he stood for Parliament, but he did. And Screaming Lord Such, who never got elected, but certainly took part, you could say, in British politics. If you don't know who these characters are, you might want to leaf through this book. That said, I'm not sure if it's still in print. So there you go, that's tantalising for you. Of all the characters in it, the one that I had never heard of, but was perhaps the most colourful, was a chap called Trebitsch Lincoln. At least that's what he became known as. He was born as Ignác Trebitsch, Orthodox Jewish Hungarian, 1879. And then, if I were to tell you his history, A, you'd find it unbelievable, and B, it would spoil the reading of it, which is only 8 pages, but how you could pack so much into one life and be such a contradictory character. Well, here's an example of it, along with quite a few others. Quite a nice read, Mr. Hamilton. It's certainly passed the time of day on my train rides.